The fundamentals of quantum mechanics are so contrary to our normal logic that they almost seem like magic. However, our ability to understand and control phenomena such as entanglement and overlap promises a new era of technologies capable of reinventing digital communication, the study of weather, chemistry, and much more. In this video, we tell you about quantum computing, the mysterious science that performs a miracle and resists hackers. Before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. Although quantum mechanics theoretically govern everything in the universe, its strange properties tend only to occur among the smallest and most mysterious particles, while they tend to be hidden or nullified at the macroscale on which we humans live and directly observe. And since years of specialized training are needed to understand the scientific bases that support these quantum miracles, and that even within the academy itself there are debates about them, the important thing is that we stay with the main observable quantum phenomena and with the revolutionary applications that promise if we manage to develop techniques and machines capable of executing them in a reliable and scalable way. For this reason, if there is a field of work in quantum mechanics that stands out above all the others, it is that of quantum computing. Some of the world's largest and most innovative companies, such as Google and IBM, have been competing for years in a race to develop functional quantum computers. And while former U.S. President Donald Trump was most famous for his drastic cuts in other key areas of science like climate change, in 2018 he pledged $1.2 billion to boost quantum technology in the country. On the other side of the planet, the Chinese government stands as the other great runner in the quantum race. The country has been trying to overthrow the U.S. from the throne of the world's supreme leader for decades, and one of its main strategies to achieve this is to support the advancement of different branches of science and technology, such as artificial intelligence and space travel. Therefore, it is not surprising that one of their top investment objectives is the quantum sector. According to a report from the World Economic Forum, China has invested more than $1 billion in quantum technology over the previous 10 years, with an additional $150 million put in startup funds. Up to $15,000 million in public investments are included in its long-term plans. Due to this powerful governmental backing, numerous analyses and experts have already identified the Asian behemoth as a leader in quantum R&D. To understand why all the fuss, it is first necessary to understand the main quantum concepts that would make quantum computing be classical to a Casio watch with a calculator. We're talking about quantum superposition and entanglement. Quantum superposition. This is the phenomenon that gave rise to the very famous cat that the physicist Erwin Schrödinger used as an example to explain it. It consists of the fact that, while in classical physics things are in a single state, alive or dead, off or on, up or down, etc., the particles of the quantum world are in a combination of all their possible states at the same time and only collapse into one of them when observed. Therefore, as long as the cat remains locked in the box, it is alive and dead simultaneously, in a state of superposition. Quantum entanglement. For Albert Einstein, the ability of two particles to share the same existence, characteristics or behaviors over long distances was spooky. However, the possibility of pairing particles in the quantum state is key to computing and communication based on this version of physics. Having two quantum entangled particles means that everything that happens to one is instantly replicated in the other, even if they are miles apart. It is these two mysterious properties, applied to quantum bits or qubits, that allow us to glimpse miracles in the area of quantum computing. In the classic version, the information is encoded in a binary language in the form of zeros and ones, and each bit can only be in one of them. But qubits behave in a diametrically opposite way. Not only can they take on all available states between 0 and 1, but they can be in all of them at once, like the dead-alive cat. Thanks to this infinite number of available states and the possibility of adopting them all at the same time, quantum computers can tackle many more calculations simultaneously and more efficiently. And as if this were not enough to force traditional computers to kneel before them, it turns out that each new qubit increases the computing power exponentially, which does not happen with traditional bits. The precious and elusive quantum supremacy. as was the case in the early years of computing, far from the powerful miniature processors that today easily swarm any smart device. Today's quantum computers are huge machines that must remain in conditions near vacuum and absolute zero and in isolated rooms from any disturbance. And it is that qubits are not only wonderfully powerful, but they are also extremely delicate. The slightest vibration, noise, radiation, or whatever destroys their quantum state, turning them into simple particles of traditional physics, incapable of working quantum wonders. This phenomenon, known as decoherence, is another of those responsible for the fact that despite years of research and millions invested, functional and scalable quantum computers are still a long way from becoming a reality. Despite this, scientists around the world have been able to work with the first commercial versions for some time, now thanks to the pay-as-you-go approach through the cloud. This marketing model was released by IBM in 2019 through its IBM Q System 1 machine, and in 2021 it went a step further by selling the first physical copy of the model to the German research society Fraunhofer Gesellschaft. Since then, the computer giant has rolled out several more units of its machine, and other competitors, such as Google and Fujitsu, have announced that they will start selling their quantum computers imminently. Thanks to these first steps, in 2020 the world market for quantum computing was already worth $412 million, and the figure could increase to $8.6 billion in 2027, according to the technology consultancy IDC. When that happens, its unmatched computing power promises to revolutionize areas of study such as chemistry, biology, climate models, cryptography, finance, and even manufacturing processes and artificial intelligence itself. Hacker-proof quantum internet. Given the complex structure of the molecules that make up life and all matter we know of, it is not surprising that chemists, biologists, and pharmacologists were among the first to marvel at the scientific power of quantum computing. These powerful machines could speed the discovery of useful compounds for new drugs and other substances, such as manufacturing materials, fertilizers, and aromatic compounds. Furthermore, with the climate emergency becoming ever more palpable, its power to model unimaginable amounts of climate data of all kinds could deliver much more accurate predictions and models. But if there is a field that has seduced governments, researchers, and companies around the world, that is quantum communication and cryptography, the deployment of which could make all current encryption systems obsolete and offer new forms of communication that are physically inviolable. All the information that is currently sent digitally through emails and messaging systems travels encrypted using complex mathematical systems created by traditional computing. Cracking such encryption would require countless attempts to find the correct key, which is virtually unattainable, though not impossible, even for the most powerful supercomputers. But when quantum computing is widely deployed, its computing power could easily bend these ciphers, like snapping a twig in two. For now, we can safely continue sending messages over the internet because, as the famous digital entrepreneur Freddy Vega says, the best proof that quantum communication has not yet arrived is that traditional encryption systems still work. The big question is what will happen when they arrive. Fortunately, like all technology, this also has two sides, and on the good side, it promises to offer new forms of quantum encryption that would be inviolable. The first step to achieve them consists of what is known as the distribution of quantum keys, which act as a key to encode and decrypt messages, and would replace the keys created by traditional cryptography. Given its sensitive quantum state, any unauthorized attempt to access the key would destroy that state and reveal the hack. So the sender and receiver would only have to verify that one of their keys has remained intact to ensure the security of the key. Information transmitted. There are already several terrestrial networks for the distribution of quantum keys through fiber optics, and there have even been pilot tests for sending them via satellite. Its potential is such that Spain is already working on its infrastructure through Camarul, the first satellite mission in geostationary orbit worldwide. The project, which aims to verify the viability of the system and is financed by the European Space Agency, has the participation of a consortium of 19 companies led by Hispasat, including, for example, Banco Santander. The ultimate goal would be to build a great quantum internet system with its repeaters, routers, and all the other components we know of. but operating under quantum laws. However, that is still a long way off, and in the short term, the main applications of quantum communication are concentrated in strategic areas, such as defense and critical industrial information. It is unlikely that we will ever send our GIFs and memes using quantum systems. However, it is difficult to say given the magic behind this technology. After all, less than a century ago, no one imagined that a cat could be dead and alive at the same time. So who knows when and how the next quantum miracles will arrive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell. To get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel, please share your thoughts about quantum computing, the mysterious science that performs wonders and resists hackers in the comment section below. Thank you.